Hey guys, just it's getting on to end of November, Christmas time, and so I thought I'd do a 2025 interview gym update just to round out the end of 2025. And hate to say it, I've said it again. Currently thinking I'm finished, but we all know that that's not true. I'm never finished. Have downsized the gym a little bit, but have increased the quality substantially. So let's turn this around and have a look. Right, so we'll go with a wide shot. To start with, I have probably the main change, which hopefully you can see it, but I have redone, I've got rid of most of this old crappy check rubber flooring. That's the last remnants, and everything around the gym now is fleck rubber matting. I've got the white fleck in the middle and the blue fleck, which is a bit hard to see all the way around the rest of the gym. So it's got a lot of usable space and still allows the parking of the car. But let's go around and have a look at what's going. So some of this stuff you've already seen, but there's been a couple of bigger changes, things that you might have seen recently on video. So I've still got the now defunct, but one of the best Australian manufacturers of equipment, Integrity Strength Systems, 150 kilo stack, or around about 320 pounds, I think, in US increments. 4-to-1 ratio functional trainer. So not, that ends up to be divided by 4, around 32 kilos per arm. 70 pounds if you use the arms. So 70 pounds per arm, 140 pounds. So good for arms, biceps, triceps, functional trainer cable type movements, but not so much for any heavy pressing or pulling, but we've got a new solution for that. We've seen the Trojan, but effectively it's a white labeled leg press hack squat combo. I've got just under, I think, 400 kilos. So what's that, about 900, around about 900 pounds of plates on there of, in the US, those would be 45s and 35s, but ish, so in the 15 kilos or 33s, and they're 44 pounders because they're actually kilo plates, but close enough. Good leg press hack squat. It's a little harder on the knees as a hack squat. So in my opinion, there's a better leg press. The air bike just lives there when it's not in use. Obviously, I move it when I want to use the machines, but it's got wheels and just rolls out. Got the Chinese white label import in the style of like a hammer strength select machine, but it's a leg press, leg extension combo. I have I'm not sure what brand this is, but it is a 4-point linkage system, seated, chest supported mid-row. It's a diverging mid-row, and this goes into something I'll comment on in a bit, but I've tried to only have one diverging and one converging press and pull machine. New TV, the old TV gave up the ghost. This one's a full smart TV now. Still got my battery charger on the wall, and my dustpan, all my other tools are in these cupboards. It is a functioning garage, so you can see I've got plenty of cupboards and storage to keep everything nice and neat and clean. Bar fridge, the dumbbell set with the mood lighting, kettlebell set. And then on this side, still rocking the Armortech knockoff of the Abrams GHD design. I've got my own home job repurposing of an old lever arm to make a pseudo reverse hyper. You've got to do it strictly though, because mounting where it is only comes down to vertical. It's not a swing through. I've got a knockoff version of a ski erg and a split. There's half, and then the other half's over on the other side of this machine of a rower. Just a heater that I use in the winter time. I've done a separate video on this, but this is one of the new acquisitions. This is a ATX XXX multi-gym, lat pull down, low row cable machine of the finest quality. Really versatile machine. In terms of the lat pull down low row, you've got a pop pin here, so you can actually adjust the length of pull of the lat pull down low row, which is a really cool trick for when you're doing things like single arm high rows, so high pull downs or face pulls, things of that nature. Flip up polyurethane leg support, which works really well, and non-converging, non-diverging leverage arms incorporated into the machine. There's a separate video on that on the channel. Feel free to give it a look, but short version, very high quality. This bench, I believe it's an MBX 60 bench or 680 or something like that, but it's got a really cool trick in that you can pull this pin and raise the back end up. But I'll show you the opposite because I can't raise it up one-handed. But you pull this pin and that sits on a roller, and then you can raise or lower. And you see that it's automatically adjusting the height. So when you roll this all the way in the perfect angle for that to sort out all your presses and pulls and chest supported rows. So have a look at the video on that. Really good piece. Been a defining game changer in the gym, which allowed me to downsize. A little bit of wall storage there. Got the 5 barbells, women's bar, beta bar, Olympic weightlifting bar, which I don't really use anymore. I don't do all the lifting anymore. Too broken from old injuries. Powerlifting, IPF spec bar, and a cambered bench bar. Got just 300 kilos of training competition style bumper plates with the larger disc. Again, this was from the Olympic weightlifting days and CrossFit days, but weight is weight, so I've kept those. Got the ATX 80 by 80 millimeter half rack with a Smith machine that I have modded myself and dropped in to the rack, although ATX do a newer version of this half rack with that already incorporated. I've got the flip down, the excellent flip down ATX belt squat to integrate that completely into the rack so that it just stores out of the way when it's not in use. Flips that up like that, tuck that back against the wall, and then just secure that pin there. That keeps it locked. Right. Storage on the back for the safety arms. IPF spec bench from, funnily enough, the Australian version of Vulcan Fitness. I don't think it's the Vulcan that's still in Gluck from Gluck's gym. Got the little storage post here with a chest support pad. Not really using that much anymore since I've got the new RAS roller bench and those arms. I can do chest supported stuff off of that, but it's nice to have the option if I want to do something with dumbbells. A little bit more storage there. This, very rare, no longer made, but a really good standing leg curl from an Australian fabrication guy named Ben Kent. But yeah, he's no longer trading, unfortunately, but buttery smooth, great standing leg curl. Very similar to the West Side standing leg curl in design. Got the wife's booty thrust, glute thrust. You can see I've actually downsized the gym that used to come all the way out here. I've gotten rid of the pec fly and I've gotten rid of the leverage squat. They were both good machines, but I have wanted to reclaim some space and just make it a bit more compact. I can still do pec flies off of the functional trainer, and I think I was pretty good for legs between a leg press, a hack squat, leg extension, leg curl, and a belt squat. So the leverage press, while being great, was somewhat redundant. And this is the latest acquisition, a Genuine Life Fitness Discovery Series, I think it is. Plate loaded Discovery Series converging chest press with 145 kilo stack, so I believe that's around about 300-pound stack. Great machine, buttery smooth, totally unnecessary between all the pressing options I have with barbell, dumbbells, Smith machine presses, and then the leverage presses, but really, really nice to have. So what I've effectively done in my attempt of downsizing the gym is that everything in here I think now is commercial, maybe with the exception of the GHD, I'd call that light commercial, but everything else in here is sort of commercial rated machinery and equipment. I still have lots of space, much nicer floor, and then like I said, in terms of pressing and pulls, I've managed to reduce it down to one converging pressing machine and one diverging row machine, and then all other press and pull variations, incline presses, shoulder presses, chest supported, trap row type movements can all be done on this leverage gym. So I think I've done a pretty good job of downsizing. Again, you can see there's still a fair amount of space in here to move around, which is good. It feels open. I'm not sure if you think it looks cluttered, but that's the gym. End of 2025. Definitely, well, I don't say definitely, but I think I'm definitely not adding anything before Christmas. And yeah, I've said it before, but I think this is it, at least for the remainder of the gym in this house. If I do any more upgrades, I'm at my limit in terms of machines. So something has to come out in order for something to go in. And if anything happens in that space in 2026, the most likely candidate is this guy. It served me well. It is a very, very good leg press. Goes heavy, is smooth, linear bearings. Hack squat is okay. As I said, it's still smooth. It's still commercial, but the angle of this particular one just feels a little bit hard on the knees. Can't use a lot of weight on it at all. As a leg press, can use plenty of weight. It's a normal thing, these combo machines. You normally compromise one movement over the other, but if I replace that, might be replacing it maybe with the ATX 4-in-1 leg press Hackenschmidt. See Carp's Gym on YouTube if you want to see a good review on that. But that's the gym at the end of 2025, guys. Everybody have a wonderful new year, and I'll see you next year.